Про перебіг ситуації на
Now information about the events in the east of Ukraine in ATO zone. Ministry of Defense of Ukraine spokesman on ATO-related issues, Colonel Andriy Lysenko. Good afternoon, dear colleagues. Now the information about the events that happened in the ATO zone during last 24 hours. In the Lugansk sector, military actions were during second part of the day. Enemy violated ceasefire 4 times at Stanishina Lugansk region, once in Krymsky village, and 3 times in Popasnyansky region. The enemy didn't use heavy weapons. The enemy shelled the region of potential disengagement forces of Minsk in Stanitsa Luganska. That's why there won't be this disengagement in the nearest future in this region. The Donetsk sector, the enemy systematically violated ceasefire along the front line. The enemy 3 times used mortars in Novolugansk, Avdiivka, and Pisky, and launched 16 mines. Flash spots in the region still Avdiivka, and there was a number of shellings, and they hit residential quarters. 1 civilian was wounded. And the law enforcers assess damage, and they established that 2 houses were damaged in the latest enemy shelling. And during the last 24 hours in the Donetsk sector, there were 11 enemy shellings. The Mariupol sector, the biggest number of enemy provocations are in Pavlovil-Shirokina part of front line. The enemy used small arms, armored vehicles, mortars, and the biggest number of shelling is in Shirokina, 10 shellings. And military actions were carried out in Krasnogorovka and Novotroitsk, and in both cases the enemy used mortars. On the whole, during the last 24 hours in the Mariupol sector, there were 29 enemy shelling, including 3 with the use of heavy weapons. During the last 24 hours, in the result of the military actions, no Ukrainian serviceman was killed, but 5 servicemen were wounded. SBU prevented in Kharkiv, in Khmelnytskyi, an act of terror that was prepared by Russian special services. It was identified that Russian special services recruited a person who should have got the explosive in Odessa, and from so-called Pridnestrovye Moldova Republic. This courier was detained with an explosive. It is the information, according to the information of counterintelligence of SBU. This subversive act was prepared by the officers of FSB, and this officer holds high position in the Ministry of State Security of LPR. In the Dnipropetrovщina SBU officers detained 2 administrators of separatist site, and 52-year-old woman, 45-year-old man, and 2014 were recruited, and they carried out anti-Ukrainian activity in the network, and they disseminated propaganda materials. They created 12 groups and social networks. They ignited ethnic hatred and called on South and Eastern Oblast of Ukraine to join Russia. SBU of Ukraine detained a militant in the region of ATO. The resident of Kramatorsk in 2014, during occupation of Slavyansk, joined the militants. And at that time, he took part in an attack on a railway station in Slavyansk in order to illegally seize the freight. These days, volunteer instructors carried out comprehensive training in medical help for the students of fifth year of the Military Institute of Kiev National University, named after Taras Shevchenko. The main aim of the training to provide practical skills, first medical aid to the wounded, self-help and mutual assistance directly in the battlefield. So if you have questions, please ask. Thank you for this information. We do not have questions as of now. Thank you. Next briefing on ATO zone, traditionally at 12:30 tomorrow.